best place to start when looking for information about a historic district is the Visitor Center, and that's where I'm going right now.
This waterfront out here, right outside our front door,
Okay.
all the way out to the river, was nothing but shipyards
Really?
and dockyards.
That's almost unimaginable to think about because you don't see that many ships in one place anymore.
No, they're gone. They're a part of history.
Well, we all know our history, right?
I know there's a lot of cobblestone, so there's definitely some interesting history going on.
Actually, the first Punch and Judy show that I know of was performed in Annapolis prior to the American Revolutionary War.
I think a ghost tour appeals to people because it's a fun way to get in touch with the past.
The history of the house is written on this wall.
You see it because you left the wall exposed for
Yes.
people to be able to see.
Yep.
We found what I thought at the time during some of the excavation and demolition was a round piece of granite, and I believe it was a granite cannonball.
It's a house that was owned and built by Captain Steele in the 1790s. We know he owned slaves, so that's part of, a dark part of Baltimore's history.
I belong to a club called the Beer King Collectors, and I'm number 3417, and it's up to 10,000.
Do you know when they started adding the flip-top property?
Son of dude, Frank, what the hell? I mean, I'm an authority on beer cans. This is called a growler, Colt 45 glass. Mr. Pilsner, Tuborg, Arrow Beer, Gunther, American.
We are here in our producer's backyard, actually, and you're doing something interesting.
Up until about 1900, every house in Baltimore had a privy. And what we're doing is digging out the old privy, the old outhouse. History is very ephemeral. And when you're digging something that's coming out of the ground that hasn't seen the light of day in 160 years, to me, it's a remarkable feeling. And I think I speak for everybody here, that's why we're here.
I can imagine that.
Well, I'm dressed like this to tell the story of late 18th century and early 19th century America, and to tell about the Battle of Bladensburg.
The Battle of Bladensburg is a huge event in American history, and there's really nothing in this area that commemorates that acknowledges that something important happened. The challenge was, for me as an artist, is how do you commemorate a defeat?
Is there any sort of trade-offs between history and fun?
I think any sort of festival that would only focus on one side, so just the history side, would have difficult drawing people in.
It's a great way to bring people down to Fells Point and to show them that Fells Point's real existence is based on a maritime culture. Everything that an 1812 privateer would have been familiar with can be seen on board this vessel.
So this is a history that people really just shouldn't ignore or forget, because it really built us. And if people find the passion like I did, I think that could completely change the way we look at our history, at our culture, and our identity.
Frank, if you really feel this strongly, you can do a couple more of them.
Thank you, but I think I need an intern.
What?
Yeah, I hired an intern.